Peace and blessings. I hope this message finds you doing well. In this video, I want to talk to you about, in this Ancestral Pathways video, I want to talk to you about connecting with your ancestors during a dark moon. So this dropped in my spirit from my higher self that I'm going to be doing this work. I'm going to be creating some ancestral oils, particularly in the dark moon. So the dark moon, as given to me in spirit and that I'm going to be working with, is 2 days prior to the new moon. So on the first day in particularly, I'm going to be working on that day with ancestral consciousness, raising my energy to connect with my ancestors. If you think about this, this makes sense. So the dark moon is called the dead moon, one. Secondly, during the dark seasons, during fall, during winter on the East Coast, we are dealing with dark energy and we are dealing with strong, super, high, super ancestral energy. We have the opportunity, even as we move forward through all the seasons, to connect in the dark time of the moon, to use that darkness, the dead moon, to connect it with our ancestors. Those who are like me, who work in moon energy and connectedness, and it's all flowing together as beautifully. And my priestess self gave it to me that this is a good time to raise ancestral consciousness and continuously developing an ancestral practice. So different things that you could do, and I took some notes, is with developing your ancestral practice is you can do your divination, you can do your root work, your magic, your conjuring during this time. You can consider clearing off, making this a time to clear off your ancestral shrine. If you just have a shrine, the shrine is just for honoring. If you have an ancestral altar, that is the space that you actually doing your conjuring, your root work, and that type of stuff. So using this as a time, okay, I'm going to raise the vibration, I'm going to raise the energy of my ancestors, my ancestral consciousness during this dark moon. So clearing off your altar, we talk about praying, doing your ancestral prayers, connecting those who are women, connecting with your ovaries, doing that womb healing, that ancestral energy healing that's directly related to the ovaries. Directly, and I've been talking about that, but directly related to the ovaries. So connecting, sending healing light, connecting, calling forth your ancestors and your ancestral energy. We're talking about then also thinking about making some changes in a dark moon. We talk about epigenetics. What things am I changing in myself? I'm calling forth, I'm activating, and I'm deactivating things that do not serve me, that's in my DNA. I see literally I see DNA, and I'm activating things and calling forth things that are powerful, that are holy, that are clean, that's going to build me, that's going to raise my vibration. So you're doing those things in a dark moon. So okay, you don't have an ancestral altar, you don't have a shrine, you don't have any of that. You are a living altar. So doing different things in you and your body, wearing some of your loved ones' personables. I have so much stuff of my mom's, but I also use one of my grandmother's rings when I do my mediumship and all my readings really. So doing that, burning frankincense, burning hyssop, whatever sense that your ancestors that they're living in, the ancestors that you actually knew in this lifetime, what do they like? What do they like to eat? Eat those things, drink those things, do all that stuff in their honor. Different rocks that you can use. Also doing any spiritual baths, any type of workings that you want to do related to your ancestors, using this dark moon energy to do that type of work. Connecting the dark moon, the dead moon, with your ancestral consciousness is what was given to me and I'm sharing with you. So different rocks that you could use would be black onyx, calcite, magnesium site. You can amplify that with clear quartz, selenite, those types of things. If you have more ancestors that have white energy or red energy or black energy, you can kind of think about those things. If you have hotter ancestral spirits that you're aware of, native, dragon's blood, anything that's hot, cinnamon. And I go over that and talk about that in my ancestral readings as well. So as it was given to me. So these are some of the things that you could kind of think about connecting with and developing your ancestral consciousness. I want to make sure I didn't forget anything here because I did some notes. So that is the real purpose of this. Is we have the opportunity every cycle. We have a dark moon, so we have the opportunity, whether we are in summer, we are winter, whatever season it is on the East Coast, because that's where I live. Whatever season it is in the world, we have the cycle of the moon. So the dark moon is called the dead moon. The ancestors dwell heavy in the dark seasons. I myself have lost, I have ancestors who are now in the ancestral realm. In my feelings and my human self, I lost, but actually my mother, my grandmother-in-law, and my step-grandmother crossed over all in the dark season. There's always a lot of ancestral work and things that go on in the dark season. They are surrendered to glory, and I know that. But me and myself, I still feel the loss of them, and it's okay. But thinking about that, we're the ancestor realm is super heavy during the dark season, and we have this opportunity to work in that all year long. Every cycle, we can connect. We can connect with women. We can connect with our ovaries. We can do that healing around our ovaries. We can do this type of work, spiritual work, divination, any of our magical workings, and just sitting with ourselves. We are our ancestors, so sitting with ourselves. You could call your ancestor's name 3 times. Candles you could use. You could use a white candle. You could use a blue candle for, I need protection from my ancestors. You could use a black candle.